Today's episode is a three-part video. Today we will be making a vegetarian spaghetti and meatball. Like I said, vegetarian, but I left out a part. It's gonna be from scratch, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Perfect.
Alright, welcome back. So like I said, today's video we're doing a vegetarian meatball with spaghetti, and we're making it from scratch. So this video is based on three parts. We're gonna have the pasta, and we're gonna have the marinara sauce, and we also gonna have the meatballs. Let me start off with the meatballs. The meatballs, it might seem difficult, but it really is not difficult. So we starting off with my meatballs. Like I mentioned before, I add all those stuff that I mentioned before in. I saute those, heat up my pan. I heat up my pan to probably about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Saute that slowly. For the seasoning, I add smoked paprika. I also use the pink Himalayan salt. It's one of my favorite. I use cumin, coriander, and I saute that till it gets not. You don't want it to be too soft. We're not looking for it to be mushy. What I do after I cool that down for a little bit, and once it's cooled down, what I did, I bought this food processor that you see here on the screen. I bought this off Amazon. It's a manual food processor. I thought it would be cool because I really don't like easy work. I like to put my skills to the test. Vegetarian meatball stuff that I sauteed, I added to it once it's cooled down, and I give it a couple pulls. If you purchase this item, it will tell you on the box that you need 12 pulls for this and pesto. I think it's really cool. So I give a couple pulls, I have it done, and what I do is I only add 1 egg to it. Like I said, this is a vegetarian, not a vegan. I stir that in nicely, and then I add my Italian breadcrumbs with the parsley in it. I get the organic breadcrumbs as well. Mix it where it's starting to stick together. You don't want to use too much breadcrumbs because then you're gonna taste all breadcrumbs. I form all my meatballs, put it on the plate, sprinkle a little bit of breadcrumbs over it just for the searing, and then I heat up my pot. Not too hot. You just want, probably, like I said, I love cracking my stove to at least 250 degrees or 200 degrees, because one thing with the Italian breadcrumbs, it will burn, and the extra virgin olive oil will burn once it's too hot. So I keep the heat to a minimum. So I'd say 200 degrees Fahrenheit is fine for you to sear the meatballs. Second part is the marinara sauce. Very easy. The marinara sauce is one of the 5 marinara sauces. We would say red sauce really, but I choose this one. I have to pull out the Escoffier book on this one. No, I did not. I know the 5 mother sauces. So in this dish, I use one of those 5 mother sauces, which is the red sauce, which is aka marinara sauce. The ingredients for that sauce is white wine. We have white wine, garlic, onions, and fresh tomatoes. For me, I prefer to use vine ripe tomatoes because they're a little sweeter. If you want the natural sugar to come out of the tomatoes, you either use the vine ripes, or you could get the tomato that comes out in New Jersey. They're very sweet. They're soft and very sweet. I dice those up. I dice my onions, add some chopped garlic. I saute that very lightly, not too hard. Translucent. I would say what translucent is when you saute onions or whatever veg you're sauteing, and it's translucent, is the fact that the color that you put it in is not as vibrant anymore. So it's translucent. You can probably see like you're seeing through it. The illusion of you seeing through it, but really not. It's just very light saute. And then afterwards, I have a bar blender that I use to kind of puree. You don't have to puree it if you don't want to. It's fine. You can cook it where it gets really soft, but watch it. It will dry out and burn. So that's it for the sauce. My challenge was whole wheat flour is a little bit difficult to work with than a regular all-purpose flour, because of the grains that are in there. So what I do for this, what you're going to need for this pasta recipe, you're going to need 3 eggs, about 16 ounces of flour, aka 1 pound of flour. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put that on a board or on your counter. You're gonna make a volcano. I do beat my egg, and while doing that, I add a little bit of olive oil. I add some pink Himalayan salt. I do love that. And what you do, you cover it and then you mix it. The texture you're trying to get is like more of a bouncy dough. So what you do, you're going to take a plastic wrap, or you can also put that in a Ziploc bag and sat that down for at least 30 minutes. You know I'm a chef. I usually have my equipment. I did purchase a pasta maker. You can find them on Amazon. They're different brands. You don't need no expensive anything. You can pay 20, 30, 40 bucks for it and have it in your house. There's different levels on my pasta machine right here. It's a little, I haven't cleaned it off yet, but there's levels, and each time when you change the level, it closes. As you can see here, right here is where I tend to flatten out my pasta. Try to get it paper thin. You don't want to get it too paper thin. You just want to get it a little bit thicker. So you have the fettuccine roll, and then you have the spaghetti roll. So I did use the spaghetti roll. To boil water, you got to take it up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. I literally cook it for 1.5 minutes because it's fresh pasta. It's not the processed pasta that's in the store. For the vegan meatball, I did finish them in the micro oven. Moving from here on out, I will be doing more cooking videos like this. We'll be making a lot of stuff from scratch. You definitely will be seeing a lot more work coming from the Rapper Chef. It's your boy Mac the Real. Enjoy, and again, you can also send me recipes if you want me to try it. If you have a recipe, like, hey, send it to me, email me. I'll put my email up on here. You can always email me the recipe, or you leave me a comment down below. What would you like me to cook? I'm kind of getting everyone involved now, so now you let me know what you want me to cook, and we both do it together. If I've done it before, great. If I haven't, we do it together. So it's the Rapping Chef. Thanks for watching my video. Next time, boom, we out.